Hey everybody, this is Mike from Edge Note 50 TV. I am back again and welcome to the show. You might have seen the first one. This is the first time I've done this is the second show of the day. I did one earlier on talking about the Andrade Akovov fight. And this is my second live show of the day. Because I just thought, why not? I promised you guys I'm gonna do more live shows, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. And so, if it's the first time you're watching the show, hit that subscribe button. If you see my social media, you can see it on the display. Edge Note 50 TV on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And today, what we're gonna be talking about is Dillian Whyte. What's going on with this guy? What's going on with Dillian Whyte? He's in the United States. He's talking about as a free agent. He's talking with PBC. He's talking about wanting to fight Dominic Brazil. If he wants to fight Dominic Brazil, then if it's going to be fighting Dominic Brazil, is Dominic Brazil going to be on, is it going to be on PBC? Is he going to fight Dominic Brazil on Sky Sports? I mean, what's going to be happening? So it's a lot of things going on. And also, we're going to be talking about Vladimir Klitschko. Let's have a look. Hey, Romeo, how's it going? Hey, you said, is it still low? Let me know if it's still low. Okay. Well, anyways, going back, if you guys, if you're on the chat and while I'm talking and you think it's too low, just let me know and I'll boost it back up if you think the volume is low. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Vladimir Klitschko. Now, this is all linked together because part of the conversation that Dillian Whyte has been saying this week and also has been backed up by multiple reports is that he's saying that Klitschko earlier on in the week said that the rumors about him coming back is not true. Don't listen to speculation. But Dillian Whyte has counteracted that and said, no, Klitschko is lying. He's speaking with Dazn about doing a free fight deal. So, who is telling the truth, Dillian Whyte or Klitschko? But since Dillian Whyte said it, there's multiple reports backing up his claim saying that Klitschko is thinking about coming back. So we're going to be talking about that too. So first up, let's do one thing at a time. Let's talk about Dillian Whyte. What's going on with this guy? So I spoke about Dillian Whyte earlier on when he first had this conversations about him being free agent, but I'm going to talk about it in a little bit more detail now. So with Dillian Whyte, what's going on? First up, he went on TalkSport, a UK radio show, where we first heard about the first initial offer that Eddie Hearn was giving to him. Now, it's fair enough to say that, to put it nicely, he wasn't pleased about that offer. It was not very good, and he made it known that it was totally unacceptable, and he is not going to accept it. And he is so pissed off. He's flown over to the States and he's thinking about talking with PBC. I mean, that's how bad the offer was. And he's like, I'm a big pay-per-view star now. I've got lots of options. I'm big time. I shouldn't be treated like this. I'm on the big names of the heavyweight division. So so now he's on there. He's doing a show with I think it's Showtime as well on the commentary team, talking with Showtime. What's going on with Dillian Whyte at the moment? What's going on? Like, he's had a few pay-per-views now with Sky, and now it's like, whoa, Mr. Big Bollocks. So look, let's break this down. Currently people are saying he's a free agent, so he can sign with everybody, so with anyone. Yeah, so that's correct. He's on a fight-by-fight deal with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. Now, that's a smart deal. That's a smart deal because you don't want to be tied in to a contract where if you feel like you're not being treated right, you can easily move and go somewhere else. But at the same time, the negative side of it is that it's not security. So at the same time, is that you're not secure. When you're getting, if you compared it to, let's say, football, soccer, whatever you call it, when you get tied into a long-term deal, that's guaranteed money coming in. If you're on a fight-by-fight basis, and let's say you have a poor performance, then you're not guaranteed to get another fight and not guaranteed to get more money. So being in a fight-by-fight deal is the negative or a plus, depending on how you want to put it. Now, David Bellew has been on a fight-by-fight contract with Eddie Hearn, and them two are best buddies. So, and it's worked out for him. So with Dillian Whyte, it's working out for him in that sense as well. However, if he goes and he does decide to leave with Al Heyman, then that's not going to be in a fight-by-fight deal. I'm assuming that Al Heyman wants to secure him on a longer-term deal and not going to be in a fight-by-fight basis if you're going to be investing a lot in Dillian Whyte. Because I'm thinking that if he gets Dillian Whyte, his potential fights on PBC would be fights with Dominic Breazeale, Luis Ortiz, maybe Deontay Wilder, so there's potential fights on that side of the pond for him to have. And the biggest target who will be going for would be Deontay Wilder. So the question is, with Dillian Whyte, is it true? Do you think that he's really going to be going on to PBC and going with Eddie Hearn? So, go PBC and Al Heyman. Do we really think that's going to happen? And do we really think that's a possibility? Now, based on looking at, I've watched all his conversations, all his videos, all what he's talking about. Me personally, I don't believe he's going to be going on to PBC. I'll be very shocked if he goes on to PBC. Let me tell you why. Number one, loyalty. He said loyalty is very important. Now, bearing in mind that on the radio show on Talk Sport, he said that he was not happy with the offer and he wasn't happy with Anthony Joshua. The issue is not with Eddie Hearn. The issue is with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is the one that put the offer to Dillian Whyte, not Eddie Hearn. So his issue is not Eddie Hearn. With Eddie Hearn, his issues with Anthony Joshua. So the same way with Amir Khan and Kell Brook, even though they're both on Matchroom, Eddie Hearn is kind of like the middle guy. He's the middle guy in regards to it. He can't force Amir Khan to fight Kell Brook. The same way he can't force Anthony Joshua to fight Dillian Whyte. So it'll be unfair to blame Eddie Hearn if Anthony Joshua decides not to fight or to do lowball offers to Dillian Whyte. The same way it'll be unfair to blame Eddie Hearn if Amir Khan decides not to fight Kell Brook. So in that case, if he's not pissed off with Eddie Hearn, then he's not really going to have an issue with Sky Sports or Matchroom. So in regards to that sense, I don't believe he will leave Matchroom based on the issues he has with Anthony Joshua. And based on his conversations, he did mention in a couple of his interviews that his issue ain't really with Eddie Hearn, his issues with AJ. So based on that, I don't believe he will move on that basis. Number two, the reasons why I don't think he'll leave is because Sky Sports has done very well for his career and he knows it. He's a pay-per-view star, but he's a pay-per-view star in the UK. And even though he's had a few pay-per-views, he's only in the beginning stages of pay-per-views in England, and people are just starting to get on his side, and he's starting to get the fans in favour. So because of that, he doesn't want to lose that momentum and start going over to the States where he has to start again from scratch because he's unknown in the States. If you think they don't know Anthony Joshua, they call Anthony Joshua Anthony Johnson in the States. Imagine what they call Dillian Whyte. Dillian Black, I don't know what they'll call him over there. So he'll be starting from scratch. And I don't think he wants to do that, especially when he's getting that mullah, he's getting that ching-ching, he's getting that big money. So in that sense, I don't think he will leave Sky and leave Matchroom, especially when he's on pay-per-view and he's getting that consistent money coming in. And number three is the third reason is Anthony Joshua. Now, it goes back again to Anthony Joshua. Look, the first offer was a lowball offer. And Eddie Hearn did say that last night, that he sent a second offer to Dillian Whyte that he thinks is a good chance that Dillian Whyte will accept. So whether he accepts it or not, I don't know. I don't know how much it is or whether he'll accept it or not. But Eddie Hearn did confirm that he sent a second offer to Dillian Whyte last night. So we'll probably find if Dillian Whyte don't like that offer, I'm sure we're going to hear him on IFL TV or some TalkSport radio or some other radio show where he's going to come out and say, no, I'm not having it. I'm not liking this offer. So if within a week, if we don't hear nothing from Dillian Whyte within the next week or so, then there's a good chance this fight is going to happen on April the 13th, because an offer has come into Dillian Whyte. And if Dillian Whyte don't like it, he's going to mention it to the public. If he does like it, he's going to be radio silence. So I'm telling you now, if you don't hear nothing from Dillian Whyte next week, there's a good chance he's probably accepted that deal. And it's probably going to be Dillian Whyte versus AJ April the 13th in Wembley. So, and also, back to the main point of AJ. You know, out of Wilder and AJ, his preference will be AJ because it represents more money, more belts, more prestige than the Deontay Wilder fight. So in regards to that aspect of it, if he goes over to the other side PBC, it will make that fight with Anthony Joshua a lot more difficult. So based on those three bases, I believe that Dillian Whyte is going to stay with Matchroom, and that the whole situation that is going on right now, talking about on pay-per-view star, I'm speaking with Al Heyman, I'm speaking with PBC, I think this is just a negotiation tactic, him pumping up his chest so it can he can increase his standing in negotiations, so he can get a better deal in negotiations, which is a good tactic, because let's face it, after that loss to AJ, he has increased his stock. He has had 9 wins back to back, and he has fought some of the best fights in the heavyweight division last year compared to the other heavyweights. You know, the highest ranked heavyweights. He fought Joseph Parker straight after Anthony Joshua did, and people can argue he did a better job. He actually knocked Joseph Parker down in regards to that fight, which AJ didn't do in his fight. So people can arguably say he did a better performance with Parker than he did than AJ did. Also as well, he is a vastly improved fighter from when he fought Anthony Joshua the first time. So he is improved. He's had his trainer for a long time now. He has improved his overall game, his composure. You know, he's learning on the job. So it hasn't been an Olympics like AJ has. He's learned on the job and he's improved dramatically. So the second fight round will be a much more better, entertaining fight and a much more dangerous fight than the first fight. So all in all, I think that Dillian Whyte is doing what he's doing is a good tactic that he's doing. I don't think he's leaving, and I think based on the second offer that they've put out, it is a very, very high possibility that it could be Dillian Whyte next. So keep that in mind. Look out for it. It's going to be on my social media. If Dillian Whyte talks about it, trust me, it's going to be on my social media. So keep up. So subscribe to my social media where you'll get up to date on all that information. Now, let's talk about Vladimir Klitschko. Now, there's lots of rumors going around that Vladimir Klitschko is supposedly in talks of coming back to Dazn and having 3 fights. One is supposed to be a tune-up. The second one is supposed to be Tyson Fury. And the third one is supposed to be Anthony Joshua. Now, is this true or not? There's multiple reports saying it. Dillian Whyte has said he is saying it, and it's backed up by multiple reports. So I do believe that Vladimir Klitschko is thinking about coming back to the heavyweight division with Dazn. Do I think it will happen? I don't know. And do I think that the list that they've come up with is true? I don't think so. Because let's look at it logically. If Vladimir Klitschko comes back and what they're saying is true, based on what I've put in the picture, a tune-up Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, that doesn't really make logical sense. Because number one, the tune-up, yes, if he signs with Dazn, he can get a tune-up. He can get like any, bog standard heavyweight. Get Fury, what Tyson Fury or Pianetta, who Tyson, he can get any heavyweight, budget heavyweight tune-up as the first fight. Then you have the second fight, which is Tyson Fury. Now, Tyson Fury is with BT Sport and Frank Warren. It's difficult enough with Eddie Hearn and Dazn working with Frank Warren enough as it is. So to then for Klitschko to fight with, for that fight to happen in the first place. So that's very unlikely that will be the second fight to have. Yeah, it'll be more. I would actually take out Tyson Fury out that picture, and I would put Dillian Whyte. Yeah, because that makes more sense. because Dillian Whyte are with Matchroom, and that makes more logical sense in that sense. So in Klitschko's head, maybe an idea, he wants to rectify that loss. He had the Tyson Fury, but in reality, it's very unlikely because Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn and Dazn, that's a beef that's going to be very difficult to smooth over. So and Tyson Fury, I doubt he will be interested in rematching Klitschko. He's already beat him once, and I don't think he'll be interested in doing it again. So I think that's a very unlikely that the rumors and reports in regards to that is true in regards to him, Klitschko, fighting Tyson Fury. What I do think will happen is that, yes, he'll be interested in coming back on Dazn, because Dazn is offering a whole load of money, and that if it does happen, then it will be a tune-up first, or I'll say maybe 2 tune-ups, because Dillian Whyte did say 2 tune-ups, so it makes sense. And then the second fight would be against Dillian Whyte, and that will be on pay-per-view, and that will be the big momentum for Dillian Whyte, a big challenge for Dillian Whyte to fight Klitschko on pay-per-view. And then the third fight down the line will be against Anthony Joshua in a super fight rematch of the first fight. So I think that that's the way it would go if Vladimir Klitschko decides to sign with Dazn. And that makes the most logical sense in regards to the pathway that Klitschko would go in regards to that. Hey guys, I see 4 people watching the show. So if you like it, hit that like button. If you're watching it for the first time, hit that subscribe button. You know, so it gives more visibility to the show. Thanks a lot, guys. So, in regards to what I was saying with regards to Klitschko. Now, in saying all that, do I think that Klitschko should come out of retirement and fight now? The thing is, it's dangerous. Like, people are saying the reason why he wants to come out is for legacy. If he comes out of retirement and beats Dillian Whyte and beats Anthony Joshua, then yeah, Klitschko will build a great legacy as one of the top heavyweights out there for a very, very long time. Now, don't get me wrong, he's already one of the top heavyweights out there, out there already, a legendary. However, this will put him onto another level. To be out the game, the age that he's at, he'll be like 42, 43 years of age, coming back and beating the young'uns. Just remember, the young'uns we're talking about, like Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua at his age, and he's been out for how many years now? That will be a fantastic achievement, and that will be one of the great achievements from a heavyweight for a very, very long time if he goes and does that. And I can see, I can understand the drive that he has in regards to, for him to be wanting to do that and wanting to build his legacy in regards to that. I don't think he'll come back for money, because I don't think he's earned a lot of money in his career. But for legacy wise, I can understand to see why he would want to do that. But do I think he should come back? Do I think he can do it? Me personally, I don't think he can, just because he is at an age now where I don't think he will have it in him to beat Joshua or even to beat Dillian Whyte at this stage. Because let's face it, let's look at the facts. The first fight with Anthony Joshua, that's probably the best Klitschko we've seen of him in a long time, and AJ still TKO'd him. He still TKO'd him. Now with that experience, and with Klitschko being an extra how many years out, fighting Joshua again, I think it will be quicker. I think AJ will stop him quicker. So I don't think that, in regards to that aspect of it, I don't think it'll be worth him coming back, just because I just don't think he is at the right, I don't think he will be at his peak condition to be able to compete with the young guys. You know, so even if you've got Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, you know, Miller, you got all these young heavyweights, hungry heavyweights, eager to get to the top. And I don't think that Klitschko has it in him, or it's nothing to do with the mental side of it. Mentally, he's still thinking, you know what, I can beat these guys. It's just physically, I don't think he has the physical ability to get back to where he was to be able to beat these heavyweights. It's the same like David Haye. At his peak, he was great. At his peak, he was great. He was up there as one of the top heavyweights in the world. And even though at 35 years of age, 36, in his mind, he was thinking, you know what, I'm still at where I was. physically, his body wasn't able to handle it. And you can see in the Bellew fight that David Haye broke down. In the first fight, he broke down his Achilles. In the second fight, it was just, he was gone. And I think that's going to be the same thing with Vladimir Klitschko. So it's up to him what he wants to do. He's a legend. If he comes back and he loses, it's not going to tarnish his legacy because he's already built a good legacy. And there's loads of other fighters that's coming back from retirement, and they fought, and it hasn't tarnished their legacy. There could be potentially one fighter, i.e. Mayweather, that could be coming out of retirement tonight and fighting Pacquiao. So there's lots of fighters that do this all the time, retire, come back and fight, and it won't tarnish their legacy. So, if he does it or not, it'll be great. Now still want to see Klitschko fight. Should I think he should come back? I don't think so. But if he does, it'll be fantastic. And, if he does, it'll be great. And there's lots of potential fights I'd want to see him in. And the rumors of Dillian Whyte and Klitschko, that's a fight I would definitely want to see if it happens. So watch this space. He says that they're currently negotiating. And Eddie Hearn did say there's some big news coming up. So I'm going to be waiting and seeing on that. And if the news, as it breaks, happen, it's going to be on my social media, EdgeNote50 TV, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So remember to subscribe onto that. And if you're liking this show, hit that like button. If it's the first time you're watching this show, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing spontaneous shows on the regular. This is probably the last live show I'm going to be doing today. The next live show is I'm going to be doing it tomorrow, where I'm going to do my review of the Pacquiao versus Broner fight. Plus, I'm going to talk about the Brown, and I'm talking about the Brown fight as well. On the undercard. My mind is blank right now. Badou Jack, that's it. Badou Jack and Brown fight as well. So I'm going to do a review on that on Sunday, if not on Monday. So anyways, this is it. This is all I'm going to be talking about right now. But I'm going to go. But thanks a lot for listening to the show. Thanks a lot if you're subscribing. Thanks a lot if you guys are liking the show. I'm going to do more shows on the regular. And anything you guys want me to talk about, leave it in the comments. And I'm going to talk about it.